Hi guys, good morning. Let's get right into it. Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index at about 26. So, that's kind of moderate. We've been in here for a while. BTC price is hovering, but not doing much. I mean, we've been here for weeks now, right? This has been 5 weeks basically. We've hung out in this territory, moving up and down. At this time, I mean, I actually do not see us breaking past this line here because this is the 50 week and it would invalidate so many things if we did break. Now, I'm trending down because I believe the price is going to go down. Um, if we break past this, if we do break past this line and like close up here, then we've invalidated something that's been occurring every time, essentially, effectively every time. So it would be wild if that did happen. I'd be kind of shocked, but then again, when are we not shocked? I mean, we had it happen here. This is the only other time it happened. We broke above the 50 week and we had closes. We had like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, almost 8 weeks of closes outside of above the 50 week before we had this giant drop. So it's almost like the market knew this was gonna occur, like out here, which is the strangest thing. So I actually, I doubt that was, well, yeah. I mean, of course, what a crazy theory, of course, and I can't explain it. Absolutely not. There's no way. Uh, but anyways, I'm obviously sticking to one. I'm betting all my chips essentially on this one theory that when we do go below the 50, that we do go down to the 200. But what a gamble, right? Because if I'm wrong, then I'm pretty wrong. Like I'm going to be paying the price because we will eventually break out, and we'll be trying to touch the bull market support band, which is also coming down, and then we might get shocked. I might lose out if we completely go up this way. Then I've lost out on great entry positions. But we'll have to wait and see. I had short positions, but I didn't do any purchasing. So I increased my net a little bit, but I didn't hold any coins. So I guess that's unfortunate, but I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. I don't see a lot of conviction here, like with whatever's happening right now. This just looks like the end of a fake out. Like we had this fake out, we're coming down, and now the next candle is just to come down a little bit more and to retest this 33 point and then break through the 33 and come down a little bit more. And that's going to be ugly and painful. And that's just the way it is. But I think that's what's going to happen. There's this guy um, changing 1 2 3 to 100, 1 2 3, 1 2 3. There's this guy trying to change $1 million uh, into crypto. And he has a very interesting asset allocation. Uh, let's see. Oh boy, there's a lot of. Okay, well I can't find him. I'll have to find him next time. But it's a very interesting strategy. He has like Saitama or something. It's like, it's a very, it's like it seems like a trash coin. Saitama? Oh yeah, Saitama. Saitama. It just seems like such a trash coin, like totally trash, but it seems to be doing some interesting things. The trash website too looks like. CoinMarketCap. Okay, let's go look at Saitama. So I'll have to find that guy later. But this is Saitama, and he has like 600K of this stuff. It's really absurd. And like these little jumps just take him. Oh my God, this thing has like a tiny amount of. What's the size of this thing? What's the market cap? Oh man, this is like a tiny little coin, dude. Wow. He could lose it all. So yeah, I don't know where he started. I think he got around here or something. And it's absolutely absurd. It's really wild to see him do his thing. Um, it's Saitama and like some other things. A little bit of ETH, like 5 or 10% of his ETH, and he's just it's absurd, bonkers in my humble opinion. I'll have to cover it tomorrow to show that video. Maybe I'll make a video on him and his thoughts. But look, today I really just want to tell you about Zelensky here. this guy could take us into World War III. Yeah, and the problem is that he's a lovable character. Okay, and what I mean by this is, oh man, like this guy, oh man, like, okay, so he's refusing to leave Ukraine because the U.S. offers to evacuate him and most of Kiev, saying, and he says, no, no, I need ammunition, not a ride. And this stuff is definitely galvanizing a lot of people. And what happens if we galvanize a lot of people? Then we are more willing to go into war. And if we go into war with Russia, guess what happens? We really suffer here. Oh boy, what is this? That's an ad for Whistler or something. It would not be good. It'd be great for the markets if you're not like invested in crypto right now, but generally speaking, this is not what you want to be seeing. Um, it's really wild because I mean, this is how like people turn, right? Like even for me, I'm definitely feeling his pain, dude. Like, uh, let's see if we can.
Currently, there are a lot of games appearing on the internet, like that I am asking our army to put down arms and evacuate. So I am here. We are not putting down arms. We will be defending our country because our weapon is truth. And our truth is that this is our land, our country, our children, and we will defend all of this. That is it. That is all I want.
He's like using social media essentially, and this is great. Maybe this is modern warfare to defend his country, and that's great. But man, this is gonna pull on the heartstrings of a lot of North Americans and Westerners, generally Europeans, and this is going to probably and maybe bring us into war because when they see him die and when they see Kiev come down, it's going to cause a lot of heartache, and that heartache is is the fuel you use to seek revenge on Russia. And what kind of revenge could you seek? Well, it could be one of these neighboring countries being really rough with with Russia. It could be us putting more sanctions. It could be a lot of different things. So it's actually frightening, in my humble opinion. Like people can relate to what's happening in Ukraine, right? This is like a massive. This is like one of North America's favorite kind of. Like this story was wild. Like the story's last defiant words is Russian warships target Snake Island. You probably already heard this, but like the Russians show up and they're like, "Hey, listen, we're gonna take the island," and the Ukrainians are like, "No, we're not taking it. We're not giving it up," and they all died. Everyone on that island. My question is, then who? How did we get the story? If right, like how did we get the story? So I don't know. Like if all the Ukrainians died, the Russians aren't repeating the story of them killing a bunch of innocent Ukrainians. I don't know. Maybe one guy survived. But these are interesting things because I know people are being pulled by their heartstrings, and the heartstrings are where you want to pull if you want to, get some, you know, pull. And here we go. The former president holding a Kalashnikov in the streets, and we're going to see more of this, especially as they really start coming down. Um, and this is gonna be pretty nasty. I think this might bring the markets down. I would not be surprised if Kiev fell, because it's gonna be gross. Like I'm sure all of you saw that video now already of um, that tank that ran over that car. Right, that was absurd. Like it was like holy crap, dude. Like it was just like what is going on? How is this possible? But it's just the way it is, I guess. Um, yeah. See, like, so they're sending more money, and this is good. This is good, but it's dangerous. Um, at some point, we're gonna see. At some point, we're gonna see some wild stuff happen. Um, because they've begun, but they're gonna take over Kiev and Kiev is gonna be that's where the heartstrings are going to be most pulled. You're going to see people dying, so on and so forth. Anyways, I don't want to keep repeating myself. Um, Ukraine says it's repelled some attack. Okay, good, but look, this is not enough. This is going to turn gross. Um, all these things are up. Strange. I don't get why Bitcoin is up as far as it's gone. Of course, I don't understand these markets completely, and I just heard an argument for why Bitcoin prices can go up when interest rates go up. So it's like, okay, researching this video. I just got a helium miner. I don't know if you can see it in the background. It's right there. It is. It's right there. I'm gonna look into this. I got the miner, and or have a deal with the guy that's letting me essentially borrow the miner. Um, but yeah. Anyways, this is it. I don't really have anything else to say. No real analysis today. Just that we like, how do you start World War III? Essentially, is you use these heartstrings, right? Like what Zelensky is mentioning. You use the heartstrings, and the heartstrings really get you, um, you know, in, right? You're just like, holy crap, dude! Like, I'm ready to die for my land. Ukrainian man who lives in Poland pledges to return to fight. Right? It's like it's not absurd. It's wild. Like, Ukrainian couples spent their first day of marriage collecting rifles to defend their country. Holy crap, dude! Dude, this is like bonkers. Like, this is going to like shake a lot of people. It's just like when it's, oh my God. Like, wow. I mean, I'm obviously not Ukrainian, but when I hear these kind of stories of bravery, it definitely makes my eyes water. Right? And this is like, we are getting close to, apparently, and this is through like someone. I was on a phone call with someone overseas, and someone just told me this, and of course I can't verify this, and neither can they. But apparently, some person at some news agency, like, that's how bad it is, um, was like, this reporter got a phone call from one of these large news agencies from the Pentagon, and the Pentagon was like, this is the last time you'll see Europe in peace for a while, and it's like, okay, that's frightening. And that was it. But like, I can see this getting bloody really fast. Like, you either see these heartstrings pulled and someone steps in, like the US is like, nah, forget it, I'm gonna step in, or the UK or Germany or something like that. Or you see some situation um like accidentally, like, they, like Ukraine, you accidentally see like a, I don't know. We've talked about this previously. I think, like, you see something hit something nearby, like Moldova or something, right? Like, there's like, or there are U.S. stations all over, like posts all over, and like, you hit what, not in Belarus, like along these borders. I believe in Moldova as well, and accidentally something hits, and then there you go. You have your whole issue. Um, I think Moldova is part of is Moldova part of NATO? Okay, great. So you can expect Moldova to be the next target here, because what Russia needs to do is get closer to these mountains. What is this? The um, damn, there's like I'm too information packed. There's a set of mountains here, and that's a natural defense. So they need to get as close as they can. So this would be the next target. So Moldova would be next, actually. If they're not part of NATO now, they're perfectly, ready to go for an attack. And this is like reminiscent of World War II, I believe, where, yeah, World War II, where like the Germans, well, Hitler just went one by one, right? He was just like, all right, well, listen, I'm gonna take this region. I don't remember which direction he went. I think he went this way. I'm gonna take this region, and then he took over the whole thing, and then this region and the whole thing, and it's just like, oh boy. And we have a similar situation. It's this little bit here, now this whole thing, and then this, little bit here, and then this whole thing, and then straight, same with Georgia. He owns a bit here and a bit here. It's like, yeah, I'm just gonna take the whole thing, and then we slip into war over the next couple of years. And, do we want that? No. Do we need that? Maybe. I know that's controversial, but maybe we do need that. Why? Because we don't have economic growth. And how do you foster some economic growth? Well, kick up a war. We haven't had a war in a long time, right? What absurd. Absolutely wild. Anyways, I'm going to end the video here. I will talk to you guys tomorrow.